Hey guys, how you doing? Pinnacle Moto. Today we are sending this beast, the CBR1000RR, from the UK, and it's being shipped over to Macedonia, where my good friend is waiting the delivery of his new bike. It's a 2008 model. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be preparing it for shipping, and all we need to do is literally disconnect the battery. Now, these are very similar all the way through from 2008 to 2016 on these models. What are we going to need to do to disconnect the battery? So we have a lump of tools over here. Either three of these, either of these three rather. This is an 8mm socket, this is an 8mm spanner, or this is a Phillips screwdriver. So you're going to need one of those three. You'll also need a 5mm hex key. So this is your Allen key, or hex key as it's known. And if you're pretty shit at this sort of thing, what you're also going to need is you're going to need a telescopic magnet, and I'll show you why in a minute. And then we're basically going to need some insulation tape to wrap up the battery. Let's move on to the actual process of getting the seat off. Now, the pillion seat is really easy to take off because you literally just put your key in there, you lift this up and you pull it forward and it's off. However, here you're thinking, do you put your key in? Do you pull it up? Where's it attached? Is there anything under here? Where's the screws? Where's the bolts? And you'll be scratching your head for absolutely ages. All you need initially to take this seat off is a finger. Now, this finger, my fingers are a little bit big, but if you've got a smaller finger, you can insert your finger into this hole. Ooh, misses. Now grab the edge of that, use the other finger to run along, and pull out from this side here. Just pull down, very light pressure. Leave it at this position. Don't try and pull it or do anything else. Now from here, you want to fold this all the way out, and it will just come off, because you have a little plastic square hole here which goes onto this hook, and you want to make sure that you do not break that, otherwise these things will be flapping around as soon as you get on a fast road. So to put it back on, you do the opposite way. I'll come around this way so you can see. You'll tilt it up this way, you'll just align it on, click it in place like that, and all you do is you'll just lay it back down and then just tuck it under and give it a little push so it clicks back into place. So that's the removal. You do this on both sides. So very easy, hand under there, pull that down, pull it out, put it all the way, you're done. Yeah, that's that part. The next thing you want to do is you want to get yourself your 5mm hex key. You want to go with this bolt here. Yeah, this is the bolt you want to be undoing. Now, be very careful. Take this bolt out all the way. Don't start wiggling it, and I'll show you why in a minute. Okay, once this bolt's out all the way, we can put that to the side. Now, I've already done the other side. I've already done the same process on the other side to save time. What you want to do now is you want to lift the front of the seat up and then just slide it towards the tank in that position, in that angle. A whole thing will then come off, which exposes the battery. Now, one thing I've got to say here, and I'll let this car pass first. You'll notice here that with these little bolts, let's say, they've got a bit that pushes into the hole. If you're mucking around with them too much and you're going up and down with them, you could actually take these out. They could actually just fall out, come out of place. It's quite easy when you're pushing the other side with a screw. And what will happen is it will drop down into this section right down there. And that's why you need your magnetic tool, because I don't care how small your hands are, you ain't getting down there. And there's no way to access it because this is all sealed. So that's what you need to do. Anyway, seat is off. Next thing we need to do, we need to get our Phillips head screwdriver, our 8mm socket or our 8mm spanner, and we want to just literally disconnect here. Now I'm going to loosen this one up, but we will be disconnecting the positive first. Easier doing with two hands. So that's the positive, that is now disconnected. We do not want that rubbing on anything, so I'm just going to put that there for now. I'll hold that while I'll do this screw as well. I'm going to disconnect both terminals just to be 100% sure that we are not going to get any sort of connectivity going on there. And what I am going to also do is I am going to insulate these. Sorry, you can't see anything I'm doing. I am going to insulate these as well with a piece of tape. 2 reasons: so there's no connectivity, and the second reason, so we don't lose the screws. So that's going to be hard to do with one hand, so I'm going to do that off camera. Okay, so we have insulated both the positive and negative terminal on the battery. There's no life in this battery anymore. What we're going to do, we're just going to put these back here. I'm going to tuck that kind of away and this one out of the way there. And we're in no danger of getting any live connections. So now we're going to put the seat back on. Just remember, push these bits in. Make sure these are in nice and nice and firmly. You don't want those falling out. That's the worst thing you want to do. And when you put the seat back in, don't try and push the back of it down too far, because if you push the back of it down too far, you're going to get stuck in that position. All it is just drop it in place, and you should be in a nice position to just, it worked first time. There you go. Now, it may look like this needs to go down more because of this gap here, but it doesn't. That's exactly where it needs to be. And you just want to double check that you can actually see the bolt holes here. And when you're putting the bolts back in, just be very careful not to push the seat up and down. If you try and put the bolt in and then lift that up, that bolt will drop down and it's going to go in there. So just make sure you're very careful when you put this back in. So once the bolt's back in, fairly simple process, reverse engineer. Click in, push under, push home, and you're all done. Now, I know when this bike gets over there, what if I don't have, a spare Allen key, or what if I don't have a spanner? What if I forget to bring those over? Don't worry, because when we export bikes, this is our first one we're doing, we will be doing a lot more. Open up the seat, and inside here, you will find yourself a little bag with an Allen key and a spanner. So you literally need no tools whatsoever to pick up your bike from the drop-off location. It will have some fuel in it. The battery will be fully charged. Unless we're exporting a bike which is, sorry, I haven't put the seat on there properly. Unless we're exporting a bike which has known issues and, all parties are aware of it. It will have fuel. It will have charged battery. So all you need to do when you get it off the trailer, if you've got your gear on you, or whatever country you're in, I don't know what you wear to ride, it's not up to me, but you will have the tools to reconnect the battery and you'll be on your way. If we are sending anything external to the bike, like a chain, handbrake lock, disc lock, or documentation, that will not be on the bike. The key to the bike will be cable tied to either the brake lever or somewhere visible near the ignition, and you'll find it there. So anyway, hope you've enjoyed this video. Till then, ride safe and take care of yourself.